Imagine having the keys to a happier, more fulfilling life, handed down by some of the greatest minds in history: Confucius, Laozi, and Zhuangzi. Their life-changing wisdom on humility, balance, and purpose still speaks to us today. But here's the catch: most men don't discover these invaluable lessons until it's almost too late. Let's dive into how these teachings can transform your life now, before time runs out. In this article, we'll explore Confucius' teachings on the importance of humility, Laozi's philosophy of balance between work, life, and inner peace, Zhuangzi's insights on embracing change and letting go, the power of living with purpose and contributing to society, Taoist lessons on the strength of silence and restraint. By the end, you'll learn how to implement these timeless lessons earlier in life for greater wisdom and fulfillment. 2. The importance of humility, learning from Confucius. Building on the timeless wisdom of ancient Chinese philosophers, let's dive deeper into the teachings of Confucius, who believed that humility was one of the cornerstones of a fulfilling life. In a world where ego often takes center stage, Confucius' perspective on humility offers a refreshing reminder that true greatness is not about boasting but about learning, growing, and serving others. For many men, the journey to humility often comes late in life. The desire to prove one's worth or seek validation can cloud judgment, leading to the pursuit of external achievements rather than inner growth. However, Confucius teaches us that real strength lies in acknowledging our imperfections and embracing the wisdom of those around us. Confucius famously said, "When we see men of a contrary character, we should turn inwards and examine ourselves." This powerful statement emphasizes that humility isn't just about being modest, it's about self-reflection. Men often focus on being right or proving others wrong, yet humility is about understanding that no one knows everything. It's the willingness to listen, learn, and admit when we don't have all the answers. One of the key lessons Confucius imparted is that humility is the foundation of leadership. Contrary to popular belief, being a great leader doesn't require arrogance or authority. It requires the ability to serve others selflessly, to show kindness, and to lead by example. A humble leader earns respect, not by their title or power, but by their actions and willingness to help others grow. How often do we see men in their 50s or 60s realizing, too late, that true leadership comes from supporting others, rather than dominating them? Another important aspect of humility is learning from failure. In youth, many men push hard to avoid failure, fearing that it will reflect poorly on their capabilities. But Confucius teaches us that every mistake is a chance to grow. He said, "Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall." This philosophy encourages men to embrace failure as a learning experience rather than a source of shame, which is a powerful lesson that often comes with age and wisdom. Furthermore, Confucius believed that humility leads to better relationships. In a society that places so much emphasis on competition and individual success, it's easy for men to get caught up in proving their worth, whether in business or personal relationships. Humility, however, fosters respect and empathy. It teaches us to appreciate others' perspectives and value collaboration over competition. Men often find, too late, that meaningful relationships, whether with family, friends, or colleagues, are built on humility, trust, and shared growth. The lesson from Confucius is clear: humility isn't a sign of weakness, but a path to strength. It leads to better self-awareness, deeper connections, and a more meaningful life. By embracing humility earlier, men can avoid many of the pitfalls that come with pride and arrogance, living a life rich in wisdom and respect for themselves and others. So, let's all reflect on our journey and ask ourselves, how can we lead with humility today? 3. The balance of work and life, Laozi's teachings building on the concept of humility. Let's now turn to the philosophy of Laozi, the founder of Taoism, who believed that balance is key to a peaceful, fulfilled life. If humility teaches us to look inward and serve others, then Laozi's wisdom pushes us to look outward and find equilibrium between our inner peace and the demands of the world around us. In today's fast-paced world, many men fall into the trap of working tirelessly to achieve success, often at the expense of their health, relationships, and happiness. The pursuit of career goals, wealth, or status can leave little room for personal time, relaxation, or reflection. Laozi's teachings remind us that true success isn't about accumulating more, but about finding harmony. Laozi's philosophy is rooted in the concept of the Tao, or the Way. He believed that life works best when we align ourselves with the natural flow of the universe, avoiding extremes and embracing simplicity. One of his most famous sayings is, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." This simple yet profound statement encourages us to slow down, appreciate the present, and understand that progress doesn't need to be rushed. In a world obsessed with hustle culture and constant productivity, many men fail to realize that the relentless pursuit of more can lead to burnout and dissatisfaction. Laozi's wisdom teaches us that living simply and maintaining balance is far more rewarding than an endless chase for material gain. By focusing on what truly matters, our health, relationships, and inner peace, we can create a life that is not only successful but deeply fulfilling. A crucial aspect of Laozi's teachings is the idea of Wu Wei, which translates to effortless action. This doesn't mean inaction. Rather, it's about taking aligned, deliberate actions that flow with the natural course of events, without forcing outcomes. Men often learn this lesson too late. Too often, they push against the tide, trying to control every aspect of their lives. Laozi encourages us to instead trust the process, allowing things to unfold naturally while still working towards our goals. In terms of work-life balance, Laozi's teachings encourage men to view work not as a burden but as part of the natural rhythm of life. It's about knowing when to act and when to rest. He believed that if we follow the Tao, we would naturally find success and fulfillment, not by force but by grace. Too often, men spend decades chasing success without understanding the importance of balance. The realization that rest, reflection, and peace are as valuable as work and productivity often comes too late, leading to regrets and missed opportunities for true happiness. The key takeaway from Laozi's teachings is simple. Balance is the secret to happiness. Men can often learn this too late, after years of stress and burnout. However, by embracing the Tao and adopting a more balanced approach to life, they can find a peace that eludes so many. It's not about working harder, but working smarter, and embracing the natural flow of life. So, let's ask ourselves, how can we create more balance in our own lives starting today? 4. Embracing change and letting go. Zhuangzi's wisdom building on Laozi's teachings of balance. Let's now explore the profound wisdom of Zhuangzi, one of the most influential Taoist philosophers. Where Laozi emphasized balance and simplicity, Zhuangzi took it a step further by urging us to embrace change and let go of rigid expectations. In a world where so many men cling to the past or fear the future, Zhuangzi's philosophy teaches us that true freedom and peace come from accepting life's natural flow and letting go of what we cannot control. Men often learn this lesson too late. We grow attached to certain outcomes, expectations, and ideas about how life should be. Whether it's our career path, relationships, or personal goals, we often hold on tightly to these expectations. Zhuangzi, however, encourages us to recognize that life is constantly changing, and to resist this flow is to invite frustration and suffering. Zhuangzi famously said, "Happiness is the absence of striving." This powerful statement reminds us that the more we struggle to control every aspect of life, the further we drift from true happiness. Men, particularly those in their 40s and 50s, may look back at their lives and realize that much of their stress and disappointment came from their inability to accept change. They held on to a specific vision of how things should have been and missed out on the beauty of what was. Embracing change isn't just about accepting external circumstances, but about shifting our mindset. Zhuangzi teaches that life is fluid, and the key to peace is flexibility. Instead of fighting change, we should welcome it, learn from it, and adapt. Life isn't about forcing things to happen the way we envision them. It's about accepting the unexpected, finding joy in new possibilities, and being open to growth. One of the most significant aspects of Zhuangzi's philosophy is his teaching about letting go of attachments, whether it's to people, goals, or possessions. He believed that attachment creates suffering because it ties us to things that are impermanent. As men, we often become so attached to success, status, or the way we see ourselves in the world, but Zhuangzi reminds us that everything is transient. The sooner we let go of rigid attachments, the sooner we can experience true freedom and joy. Zhuangzi also emphasized the importance of living authentically, free from societal pressures. Men often spend their lives trying to meet the expectations of others, whether it's family, friends, or society. As they get older, many realize that this pursuit has only led them further from their true selves. Zhuangzi encourages us to be ourselves, to let go of the need to fit into predefined molds, and to find peace in living authentically. By embracing change and letting go of our attachments, we can approach life with a sense of curiosity and wonder, much like a child experiencing the world for the first time. Men often discover this lesson only after years of struggling against the flow of life, but Zhuangzi's wisdom reminds us that it's never too late to start. The lesson here is clear. Life is constantly evolving, and to fight against that is futile. By accepting change, letting go of what we can't control, and embracing the present moment, we can live a life of true freedom and fulfillment. So, let's reflect. What are we still holding on to that we need to let go of to find peace and happiness today? 5. Living with purpose. The power of contributing to society. Building on Zhuangzi's profound lesson of letting go, we now move into a powerful principle that ties together all the previous teachings: living with purpose. Once we embrace change and let go of attachments, we are left with the incredible freedom to live a life aligned with our deepest values. This is where the teachings of Confucius and Laozi converge with the idea of contributing to the greater good. True fulfillment comes not from personal gain, but from the legacy we create through our actions and the positive impact we have on the world around us. For many men, the idea of purpose often seems elusive, especially when navigating the pressures of career, family, and societal expectations. In our youth, we tend to focus on personal achievements, climbing the corporate ladder, accumulating wealth, or gaining status. But as we get older, many of us realize that real fulfillment comes from something much deeper, contributing to something greater than ourselves. The teachings of Confucius and Laozi remind us that our purpose isn't solely about personal success or material wealth. It's about how we impact the lives of others and the world at large. Confucius believed that true greatness lies in our ability to serve others, to lead with integrity, and to build strong relationships based on trust and respect. When we begin to shift our focus from what we can get to what we can give, we tap into a deeper sense of purpose and meaning. Laozi's teachings on balance and simplicity further highlight this idea of purpose. By living simply and aligning our actions with the flow of life, we create space for meaningful contributions. When we are not weighed down by material desires or excessive ambitions, we can focus on the people and causes that truly matter. Laozi's principle of wu wei, or effortless action, teaches us that living with purpose doesn't require a constant hustle or struggle. Instead, it's about naturally contributing to the world in a way that feels authentic and aligned with our values. Living with purpose also means recognizing that we are part of a much larger picture. Zhuangzi taught us to let go of rigid expectations and attachments, and in doing so, we open ourselves up to a more expansive view of life. Purpose isn't just about personal fulfillment. It's about how we serve the community, our families, and even strangers. When we focus on contributing to society, whether through our work, relationships, or acts of kindness, we build a legacy that extends far beyond our individual lives. Many men only realize the true meaning of purpose later in life, often after having spent years chasing success for its own sake. However, by learning to contribute selflessly and focus on the collective good, men can experience a deeper, more lasting sense of satisfaction. It's never too late to shift the focus from personal achievements to leaving a meaningful impact on the world. The key takeaway here is that living with purpose is not only about career success or wealth, it's about the legacy you create through your actions. As you reflect on your own journey, ask yourself, how can I use my skills, talents, and resources to serve others and contribute to a greater purpose? By focusing on purpose, we create lives that are richer, more meaningful, and ultimately more fulfilling. 6. The importance of self-reflection. Understanding yourself. Deeply building on the idea of living with purpose, let's now explore a crucial step towards achieving true fulfillment: self-reflection. Before we can contribute meaningfully to others or society, we must first understand ourselves, our values, motivations, and desires. Confucius emphasized the importance of self-awareness as the foundation of all wisdom. Understanding who we are and why we do what we do is the key to making decisions that align with our deepest truths. In the hustle and bustle of life, it's easy to lose sight of who we really are. We get caught up in the demands of work, family, and society, often neglecting our inner selves. Men, in particular, are often conditioned to focus on external achievements and outward appearances, leading them to neglect the internal journey of self-discovery. But without this critical self-awareness, we risk living a life that is out of alignment with our true values and desires. This misalignment is a major cause of dissatisfaction and unfulfillment in midlife. Self-reflection, however, gives us the opportunity to pause and look inward. It's about taking the time to ask ourselves who we are, what we truly want, and what we stand for. It's in this stillness that we find clarity and purpose. By asking these fundamental questions, we start to uncover the layers of conditioning and external influences that have shaped our identity, allowing us to realign with our true self. Self-reflection can take many forms: journaling, meditation, quiet contemplation, or even deep conversations with trusted friends or mentors. The key is to create space to connect with our inner world and examine our thoughts, behaviors, and emotions. Confucius believed that knowing others is intelligence, but knowing yourself is true wisdom. This wisdom stems from the realization that only when we truly understand ourselves can we make decisions that reflect our highest potential and live in harmony with our purpose. In this process of reflection, men may often realize that their past choices, influenced by external pressures, no longer align with who they've become. This realization can be a powerful turning point. When we become aware of how we've been living out of alignment with our values, it opens the door to change. And change, though difficult, is essential for growth and fulfillment. Self-reflection also leads to emotional intelligence. By examining our emotions and reactions, we gain a deeper understanding of our emotional triggers and patterns. This self-awareness allows us to manage our emotions better, fostering healthier relationships and reducing stress. Men who practice self-reflection often report feeling more in control of their lives and emotions. It's through understanding ourselves that we learn to respond to situations more thoughtfully and with greater emotional resilience. The lessons of self-reflection from Confucius and other great philosophers show us that growth comes from knowing who we are, where we've been, and where we want to go. It's about creating a life that is intentional, grounded, and true to ourselves. So, as we reflect on the wisdom of the ancients, let's ask ourselves, when was the last time I took a moment to reflect on my life? What changes do I need to make to align with my true self and live with greater purpose? By embracing the power of self-reflection, men can unlock their fullest potential, live authentically, and create a life of true fulfillment. 7. Cultivating inner peace, the ultimate path to a fulfilling life. As we've seen, self-reflection is the gateway to understanding who we truly are, but it is through cultivating inner peace that we truly achieve a fulfilling and harmonious life. After embracing change, letting go of attachments, and discovering our purpose, the next vital step is to cultivate a deep sense of calm and balance within. This is where the wisdom of ancient Chinese philosophers, particularly Laozi, shines brightest. After discovering our true self and purpose, the next question is, how do we navigate the chaos of life without losing our sense of inner tranquility? The answer lies in inner peace, and Laozi's teachings offer powerful insights into how we can achieve this state. Laozi, in his masterpiece Tao Te Ching, often spoke about the importance of balance, stillness, and living in harmony with the flow of life. He believed that true peace doesn't come from external circumstances but from within, by aligning our minds, emotions, and actions with the natural rhythm of the universe. In today's world, the constant noise, stress, and demands of modern life can easily lead us away from inner peace. Many men, especially as they grow older, find themselves battling stress, anxiety, and dissatisfaction because they've neglected their inner world in favor of external success or societal approval. True peace, however, comes from quieting the mind and learning to accept life as it comes, without resistance. Laozi's concept of wu wei, or effortless action, holds the key to cultivating inner peace. It is about flowing with life's natural rhythms, rather than forcing things to happen. When we adopt this mindset, we stop fighting against the current of life and start to move with it. This doesn't mean being passive or inactive. It means being fully present and responding to life's challenges with grace and calm. It's about finding peace in the present moment, letting go of worries about the past or future, and surrendering to the beauty of now. Inner peace also requires us to embrace simplicity. Laozi believed that the less we accumulate, whether in material possessions, commitments, or distractions, the clearer our mind becomes. In today's world, where we are constantly bombarded with information and external pressures, simplicity allows us to find clarity. When we remove the unnecessary clutter from our lives, both physically and mentally, we create space for peace to flourish. For men, especially those in midlife, cultivating inner peace is essential for emotional well-being. Often, men find themselves carrying the weight of family responsibilities, career pressures, and societal expectations, leading to frustration and burnout. Inner peace provides a refuge, a place of stillness where we can reconnect with ourselves and recharge. It's a state of mind that allows us to navigate life's storms without being swept away by them. The journey to inner peace isn't always easy, but it is incredibly rewarding. It requires dedication, mindfulness, and a willingness to surrender to life's flow. As we embrace inner peace, we cultivate resilience, emotional stability, and a deep sense of contentment that cannot be shaken by external events. So let's ask ourselves, what steps can I take today to cultivate peace in my mind and heart? The teachings of ancient Chinese philosophers remind us that true fulfillment comes from within. When we cultivate inner peace, we unlock a deeper sense of joy, purpose, and connection to life. This is the final lesson to live by. Peace within leads to a life of profound fulfillment and harmony. Don't forget to like this video if these ancient life lessons have inspired you. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us continue creating content that empowers you to live a more fulfilling life. Leave a comment below and let us know which lesson resonated with you the most. Your opinion matters, and we'd love to hear from you. Also, make sure to check out our other videos to dive even deeper into life-changing lessons from the greatest minds of history. Hit that subscribe button, because you don't want to miss the wisdom coming your way. Let's grow together and build a life full of purpose, peace, and meaning. Thank you for being part of this incredible journey with us. Red Heart.